with, and then we're going to talk about what we came up for 2018, what we think that we're going to see happening with live streaming. So excited to get started on that. Are we going to display a list physically, or are we going to just discuss what we have?
Oh, there we go. We have a list right here. If you go to PTZOptics.com/predictions, you'll see it here. Tess is pulling up your comments, so we'd love to hear what you guys think. But before we get into our 2018 comments, I really think we should go ahead and look at 2016 into 17 and rate ourselves and see how good we did.
This one?
This one we were 100% right on. So our very first prediction from last year was we thought it would happen in 2016. It didn't, but it did happen in 2017. Increasing pressure from end users will force video conferencing companies to integrate directly with YouTube and Facebook. This has happened with Blue Jeans. It's happened with Zoom.
Mm-hmm. Are you talking about live streaming?
We're actually talking about video conferencing software.
No, but okay. I don't know if you're talking about like Zoom integrating live streaming.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Okay.
So a video conferencing software, these people have hundreds of thousands of customers, and they're using it for webinars. But the increasing pressure for webinars to really be able to extend their reach into live streaming, we knew that was going to happen, and that did happen in 2017.
What about Slack?
Well, Slack is really internal. They don't really go external so much, so I don't see them doing it as much. But our next one that we did was remote video production, a huge business opportunity from remote hosting services for live streaming for your clients.
We just got a question on that.
This we've seen a lot of. 2017 was the year that really started to take off. It's going to be even further in 2018. The ability to have the pan-tilt zoom cameras in a room that you're not in and controlling them, logging in maybe via LogMeIn to a computer, or even I've seen other people like we had Be Terrific, who has multiple cameras all using live view encoders, sending all the streams back to his
studio hub,
and then mixing them there.
Wow, that's crazy. So there are some options there for remote productions. That
was just breaking through in 2016, happened in 2017. The next one we have here is cloud-based video production, finally on the horizon. In 2017, we thought we were going to see cloud-based video productions take off. Stuff like Switchboard Live, I was hoping to see more from them. Yes, they can take a stream and send it to 3 places, but can they actually do cloud-based video production? And that we're starting to see with Easy Live. I'm starting to see it with some other. If you haven't checked out Easy Live, there's another one I lost the track of, but it's starting to happen where you can have all your sources streaming to the cloud.
Easy Live, Philip?
Yeah, Felipe Laurent. We've had him on the show. But it's not really taking off because people want to have all their cameras locally connected to a computer with Wirecast, vMix, a TriCaster. So it's not taking off the way I'd like it to, but stuff like Facebook Live having their own little app in the cloud and has access to all your USB cameras, I expect that to develop. That's one of our predictions for 2018, but let's keep going down our 16 to 17 list. Hardware-based video conferencing codecs finally died. Check. That was an easy one. Live streaming with social media will expand and grow. We thought that LinkedIn would add live streaming in 2017. Ooh, they did not do that.
Interesting.
They only got to video.
Is that going to fall into our 2018 predictions?
I didn't even put it in 18 because they're so slow to move with Microsoft owning them. I don't even think it's going to happen. They upset me so much.
That was a personal
I thought
dig
it might
at
integration
LinkedIn.
with Skype for Business maybe. Didn't happen. So just didn't happen. Don't know what to say there. The next one is live streaming goes mainstream. Thousands of new use cases for hosting live talk shows, and we said that some of the live streaming software will build in video conferencing. That happened. vMix Call, Wirecast Rendezvous. The new TriCasters now actually have 1 or 2 channels of Skype built in as a response, really, in my opinion, responding to Wirecast and vMix on the market. They needed to do something. They do sell a hardware box called the Talk Show that does 4 callers. So that happened.
Those are the big ones.
Expensive webinar packages will decline in popularity as live streaming with simple video conferencing licenses take its place.
Now that's not including pay-per-view, like courses or anything like that, is it?
No. No, this is...
Because I see success there.
Yes, definitely. So the webinars like GoToWebinar, Zoom Webinar, these are becoming less relevant with the ability to just go live from your phone. to large audiences. You know, live streaming on Facebook is only about a year and a half old.
Right.
So this is looking 2016 to 17. Just a couple more here. Facebook was rumored to be releasing a live streaming application for PC and Mac. And YouTube will replace Google Hangouts on Air with something else that they're now calling the Duo. That pretty much happened. Facebook did it in the cloud. They didn't actually have a full app, as far as I know. I don't believe Facebook actually has an app. So we were kind of wrong on that one. But let's go to our 2018 predictions. So that just gives you an idea of what we were thinking about in 2016 going into 17. So we've been in this space. We've been thinking about where it's going to go for a long time.
We've got our crystal ball here.
Got the crystal ball. Let's go to our first prediction
For those
test.
of you who are just hopping on, if you want to join us on this webpage, it's PTZOptics.com/predictions. So you can head there and follow along with us. Oops, I accidentally added a new
It's been
prediction.
like that for a while. Here we go. Okay, so Facebook has committed to spending $1 billion on live streaming sports.
What does that mean?
Okay, we're going to get into it. We predict that so what that means is they're going to invest in licensing. So they're not going to go out and give colleges free equipment.
Okay.
They're not going to go to your school and say, hey, you have a sports team, here's a free camera. They're not going to do that. They're going to pay $1 billion for licensing. And to put this into perspective, Dish Networks pays about $3.2 billion to have the NFL Sunday Ticket. So they're not going to get NFL. They're not going to get the NBA.
Okay.
They're not going to get Major League Baseball. So they're going to test it's funny that $1 billion is what they need to test the waters.
Like, yeah.
So they're going to test
Kinda
the waters.
scary.
I think they're going to look at minor leagues.
Interesting. College.
But maybe even Olympic level sports like curling, track and field, swimming, you know, things like that are big. I think that swimming would be perfect because they would get Olympic level swimming, and that would probably encourage the college level and high school level swimming to broadcast free on their networks because they want to be a part of this growing sports network on Facebook. So that's what we're thinking here. It's going to help establish their new, I'm going to call it a content center, and I think they're going to go into what's called OTT, over-the-top television. It's basically delivered via online, and it brings a lot of different layers to the show. So for example, they're going to spend $1 billion, right? They're going to get a lot of money from advertising, that $1 billion worth of content. But they're going to flip a switch that's going to allow people to buy the favorite jersey of the person on the screen. They're going to be able to monetize these sports games like television was never able to do. Television was just showing you ads. People aren't even watching the ads anymore. They're just turning off. Facebook's going to be able to say, oh, you like that swimmer? Buy the swim cap. Buy the team shirt, for example. Let's see if we got a comment here.
Yes, this is from David. I also read that Facebook just made a deal with Universal Music and are also working on Sony, etc., making music available for us to use on our videos and not get flagged. Yes, and I recently just saw Facebook is offering some copyright-free music at this very moment. I was able to check out some of them, and definitely check your Facebook pages and see if you get the notification that that's been integrated, because it might be a slow push.
Yeah, but it sounds like good quality content from Universal.
Yeah, if they're mixing up with Universal and Sony, you might have some really good music to pick from there, which is really cool.
Cool. Let's go to our next prediction. You know, I saw a lot of people wondering. You know, I hate to call Tom Sinclair out, but we both do this show about the predictions, and last year he said Facebook Live is going to fail.
Tom, are you watching? Because he's ragging on you.
Facebook Live is going to fail. No one's going to be using it in 6 months, and they're going to shut it down. That same year, I said Facebook Live is going to be amazing. It's going to be the next big thing. I can't believe people are saying it's going to fail.
He's taking credit here.
And I can't wait to see Tom's show. Tom invited me to be on his show about that. I won't be able to be. I'm going to be with the family and the kids. But the fight between YouTube and Facebook will continue in regards to live streaming. As Facebook allocates $1 billion towards sports streaming market, YouTube is going to double down and increase the creators that foster their YouTube Red and YouTube TV platforms, the platform overall. Eventually, YouTube are going to allow the users to create a live show channel like you see from a traditional cable network, except it's going to be completely customized and suggestions based on who they subscribe to or who they might like. So it's going to be interesting, and I'm not fully sure if this is going to happen in 2018, but I do believe it's the future, because YouTube is going to want to deliver some type of television-like replacement, but it can't cannibalize their current paid YouTube TV subscriptions that they have.
Yeah, because what about YouTube Red or...
So YouTube Red is basically YouTube without ads.
Okay.
YouTube TV gives you access to live channels from real television and sports and everything.
Right.
So there's going to be something in the middle between YouTube and YouTube Red, I believe, that's going to be free user-generated live streaming content. And here's
it's going to be just from creators, not
just from creators mainly. Although anybody, even companies, can be creators.
Right.
And they started this new thing called a show that we need to start using, Tess. We keep forgetting to use it.
I know.
There's a new thing. If you have a live show, you can say season 1, episode 2, and really tag that. I think that's an early hint that that's what they need, that structure in order to build this on-demand style channel layout like you'd see on like Comcast.
Yeah, it makes sense organizationally, especially for us to hop on that now.
Now and see what they're going to do with it.
2018 goal.
So that's what we're thinking there. Obviously, there's a big fight between YouTube and Facebook right now, and
with Facebook's ability to add on a guest to your live show right from within the platform, and I'm not sure because I don't think I have it yet because that's one of those slow rolls, but they might have some sort of overlay. No, it's screen sharing that they also integrated. That really, puts them a step above at this point.
Yeah, and I wonder. One of the things
with 1080p and things like that, that'll really make a difference.
I think it's our next prediction. All right, let's go to the next prediction. I don't want to get ahead of myself. So the next prediction is Tess. You gonna click that button?
Oh, sorry. Button? I'm like, what? What do you
mean? Okay, here we go. IP video production. Why don't you read it, Tess?
Okay. IP video production will finally find its way into hardware-based products such as cameras and capture devices, not frame grabbers, as we old fogies call them, apparently. As we have seen with PTZOptics supporting NDI-HX, we will see more devices build IP-based video streaming solutions for the broadcast market.
This is kind of a gimme here. The PTZOptics cameras have just integrated into, yes, we probably do. It's probably pretty loud, too.
That's one of our rookie mistakes.
Oh, my. Yes, we definitely, it's the last show of the year, guys. We need a reset.
Well, and we haven't switched for, like, months at this point.
Yes. No,
Michael, we miss you.
We haven't switched in a long time. This is a gimme, but everything's going to go IP. It might not happen in 2018.
NAB is going to be interesting.
I mean, it's happening. It's happening. So the NAB show everyone wanted it in 2016. They were expecting it in 2017, and in 2018, it's got to be here, or you're not on, the cutting edge.
It's definitely going to be here for us by then.
We're going to have it. We're not the earliest mover in the industry. I mean, but we're trying as hard as we can, and. So that's going to happen. That's an easy one. That's like in the process of happening, but I wanted to throw it in there. You got a comment here for us?
That's an easy prediction. Bernard was saying 3rd of January, can't wait for NDI.
Oh, yes.
Okay, speaking of the new tech NDI, we will see more support for popular video conferencing and collaboration software. Currently, NDI is supported by the majority of live streaming and video production software platforms. With these two worlds merging, we expect some major announcements for native support inside video conferencing platforms.
Yes, and those spoilers here, I'm not saying that I know something that you don't know, but live streaming software has adopted the NDI like, just incredibly, right? vMix, Wirecast, Livestream Studio, OBS, XSplit, the TriCaster, StreamStar. I mean, if you haven't adopted it, you're probably in not a good spot right now because everyone's done it. Now, all of that is great news, but what about the video collaboration space? What if all of these devices, whether it be a NewTek Connect Pro Spark or the PTZOptics cameras or your vMix or Wirecast, what if those could just seamlessly be integrated into, I don't know, Skype, right? Or WebEx. Now, there's a workaround right now, and you'll see when we start getting into this that the NDI HX driver that comes with our cameras includes a virtual webcam input. and it allows you to basically turn any NDI source into a webcam and microphone to be pulled into Skype or something like that. Very useful in the corporate meeting space.
Yeah.
But I think native support for NDI is coming for sure for a lot of these platforms. Just imagine if you could tell somebody who uses GoToMeeting, guess what? Every single camera in your building now can be pulled up at a click of a button.
Scary.
All your NDI sources are available in GoToMeeting. Just craziness. So,
Mike Trout, funny comment. 2018 will begin on January 3rd, 2018. I love that. That's awesome.
That's a funny one. Okay,
Barnaby says we're all IP. It's not going to move back.
It's true.
All right.
True.
Facebook and Instagram have already built in the ability to bring guests into their live streaming platforms. These platforms will continue to grow and add features that will remove the requirement for advanced video production systems. Facebook will either build cloud-based video production tools internally or purchase one of the many tools such as Easy Live.
Yes, I think that Facebook is happy with what they've built. They've got...
Mike's in the house.
Mike is in the house. Mike.
We miss you. We
We
need
miss
you.
you. Somehow you're just not in your little seat like
Paul
always.
forgot to turn the music off. Okay, back to business here.
So I forgot to turn the music off. No. So Facebook and Instagram have already built video conferencing into their platforms. Kudos. They're going forward. They're either going to develop these tools internally to do an intro, a lower third.
It's happening fast.
All of these things, I think Instagram is going to be slower than Facebook's got that desktop platform, so you can do a lot with WebRTC. I think that they'll allow you to have a countdown timer, little things, a lower third. It's all going to start coming. I mean, even what you were showing me, Tess, was so advanced.
Oh, they have such fun selfie streaming.
All that
Filters,
stuff.
their filters on Facebook are beyond. They have games that you can play while you're doing your selfie stream, this or that games, which I love.
Yes.
You can do hashtag conversation starters in your selfie streams, and then, it'll just pull up like a Star Wars meme or something like that. It's so fun.
Now, that is mobile only.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing that, I'm expecting that and much more is going to be definitely coming to the platform. A huge feature that would be great for everyone involved is a redundant RTMP stream. So what that means is if your stream dies, instead of it just ending, it can basically go up. Here's the picture of the streamers, or here's a default video to play, and so your stream doesn't die, and then you can figure out what's happening.
Here's a question regarding that. So we'll have a placeholder, but will you be able to hop back on that same stream?
So that is the big thing, that reason why people use Easy Live today. You should check it out if you're interested in something like this. What it does is it's a cloud-based video production system. And I think that they're in a perfect place to be purchased by somebody like YouTube or Facebook trying to integrate these features and that don't have an internal team to develop it. But basically you stream to it kind of like Joycaster, but instead of if your stream dies for some reason, you have all these backup operations. Like you could go to a picture, you could go to a video, you could go to another RTMP stream, you could have a backup RTMP stream. But from Facebook and YouTube's perspective, it just is all always there because the cloud's kind of like a hub in between. So really cool platform, really cool. I think that's a hole in the market that needs to be put together somehow. The ability to have a redundant stream protection, let's call it. Even if Facebook now that net neutrality, they can start charging for this kind of stuff, fine. If you're going to charge us, give us more. And I feel like a redundant RTMP would be a great thing that I would pay for. I mean, there's stuff I'd pay for.
Yeah.
It's not all bad. So let's go to our next prediction. Well, give us this one, Tess.
As the advent of social media starts to grow and mature, so will live streaming. More niche social platforms such as Musical.ly will appear as users look for platforms delivering content specific to their interests. Live broadcasters will enjoy more engagement and better relevancy on platforms dedicated to their niche. I like the sound of that from a marketing
Tell me what you think,
standpoint.
Tess.
I really like that because you're kind of getting qualified leads directed to your content. So it might take some time to build, but
2017. So
the competition too. I don't know, but
we didn't predict this in 2016 going into 17 because Facebook was brand new. YouTube was the de facto free software, and a lot of us broadcasters were still getting used to the idea of leaving live stream, Ustream to cast the paid streaming services.
He stream, she stream.
In fact, I started streaming when YouTube was around, and I was almost wondering, I was kind of like Tom Sinclair for a little bit, what is this Facebook Live thing? Do we really need it? Of course, that's, gone on top of its head. But here's the deal. And that's why I love seeing someone like Tom Sinclair, because he can go out and say something like Facebook Live's not going to be big, and I can go ahead and think about it for a week and then have my show a week later and be like, there's no way it's not going to be big. But now here we are in 2000, almost 18 here, Musical.ly came out. A whole bunch of niche little live streaming systems came out. And the ones that went well, like Twitch. There we go.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, let's just get it right. All right, there we go. Yeah, Tess, so gamers, all these people, they're gonna do well because this content's relevant, the community's engaged, and we're gonna see more of that. Everyone's still gonna be on YouTube and Facebook, but people might do even better. It's gonna come off the table. People are gonna see even more of that. It's gonna be all the way out here, worth of niche live streaming services. I can't even guess the one. Maybe it'll be a talk show one.
Says the behind the scenes will be a trend in 2018. Will private companies use it to bring customers closer?
Ooh,
I like it. Hashtag
it.
Transparency.
Perfect.
That's why we, have cameras or are implementing cameras in most of our offices. We've got the hallway cam. People love seeing that behind the scenes stuff.
Yep, they're my favorite shots.
Merry Christmas, Rolando.
Merry Christmas. Okay, we got another prediction. We only have probably 3 or 4 or 5 more, maybe 2 or 3 more. And then we're going to do a giveaway. All right, go ahead.
First off, John says, Tess and Paul will finally master the high five in 2018. Maybe. Younger generations of media consumers are growing up with technologies such as Facebook and YouTube. The platforms will either have to adapt to younger generational tendencies or reinvent new platforms the way Facebook has with the purchase of Instagram. Live video will become a likely staple for its ability to deliver authentic content.
So where we were going at with this is that live video is not going anywhere. It's the most authentic way to make a presentation and connect with your audience. Yes, it's going to change. People are going to be able to grab other people onto their live stream, more engaging, more Facebook reactions. Everyone's going to learn from everyone. I think you're going to be able to pay people virtually. I mean, it's going to be a crazy world if you look at the Chinese market, which I'm not even ready to talk about at all. Don't know much about it, but just looking at what they're doing over there, the coins flying and people paying, doing live shows, it's craziness. I can't even explain it. But it's going to be a crazy world. Live video is going to be at the core of a lot of this. But it also exposes Facebook and YouTube, I think, beyond what they really know. Like, they're getting into something that could I think that these niche things that we were talking about earlier, these kids aren't going to want to be live streaming on the same platform that their mom is on.
Yeah, good point.
And so it's going to be like 18 and younger. You have to be younger than 18 to even get into this live club or whatever. Or you have to be on the soccer team to be in this live video club. I'm thinking just the uniqueness, the authenticness is going to actually spur other websites, other platforms that either YouTube and Facebook are going to have to buy, which I hate when they do that because it just kind of ruins it. Facebook did a good job with Instagram, but they're either just going to have to live with the fact that there are going to be plenty more successful live streaming platforms out there, or somehow adapt and grow.
Bernard says, I think SME business will seek out creators and broadcasters to help build social presence. There will be more collaboration and they will begin to see the value.
I'm so glad you said that, Bernard. Our next prediction is all about that. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, are you serious?
Yep.
Somebody in here is a real fortune teller.
Maybe it's the next one after this.
All right, so Facebook is rumored to be releasing a live streaming application for PC and Mac. YouTube will replace Google Hangouts on Air, which its own easy-to-use application as well. Features will lack at first, but they will serve millions of newbies.
So Facebook's already really released their live streaming application for browser-based. Okay. I'm saying that it's rumored that they're going to drop a PC and Mac version. It's also rumored that Facebook is going to allow you to boost live streaming posts while they're live.
I like that.
And that is going to be so great for everybody because it's good, especially if you're in the video production and live streaming business, because if you're going to boost your live stream, you want the quality to obviously be good.
Yeah.
It's going to be great for the industry. They have a tricky line to play because they don't want people to be boosting something that could be illegal or bad, and they got a kind of black eye with a couple different things that we don't even have to go into. But I would say if it were me, and if I was Facebook or if I was YouTube, I would have verified, certified applications. You'd have to have 20 streams that you've already done and filled out this form and promised not to do anything bad and go through this whole promise to Facebook that you're going to be a good person. And then you can boost your live events. I know they're going to do it. I just don't know when.
Photo TV says, from now on, any company with a message must come to their audience and present it, not expect the audience to find them. Youth Today says, find me where I am. I'm not coming to you. Ooh, interesting comment.
I like it. Those are great comments. So true to today and the way the world is.
Ted says,
if
what you say about segmentation happens, advertisers will have to find ways to access these segmented markets. Yes.
Yeah, that's true. Another very good
Christopher
point.
Says, nope, I don't think either will develop an actual program for the computer. I think they will stay browser-based.
You know what? You might be completely correct. If they don't develop a...
That was it.
That was it. Oh, I thought we had one about addressing that last comment.
Well, you can make one.
Okay. No, that's it. I mean, that was a serious... so we're going to pull a winner now. We're going to do our giveaway. I hope you guys enjoyed our predictions. Keep the comments coming. You guys have a lot of great ones yourselves. I'm going to zoom in a camera to this baby. In fact, let's see if it looks okay on this shot.
You know...
Yeah, you can see it there, can't you? Okay. We're going to add something new to this. What were we going to add to this, by the way? What were we going to add to this? Forget. What? Oh, yeah, an NAB show pass. So we'll put that on there when we start talking about NAB. But, yes, we'll have free passes to NAB.
Now you'd have to get yourself out there, right?
Yeah, you'd have to fly to Vegas and get out there, but we're going to be there.
Do you want to put it on?
Tess is going to be there. We don't have a
marker,
do we?
We don't have T-shirts. I'll go get one.
All right.
We don't even have T-shirts.
She's going to put NAB on there real quick. For you guys. There's no post show today. We're taking off a little early, so we're going to answer your questions. We're going to go ahead and pull the giveaway, and then we're running the heck out of here. We're just busy. We're just ready for Christmas. I know a lot of you are probably at home with your families. Maybe your kids. That's where we want to be. Having fun, drinking eggnog with rum in it or something.
What are you talking about?
No, I'm just saying that we're getting close. The Christmas trees have been decorated.
I'm drinking red wine.
Holidays. Tessa's drinking red wine. So we're just going to pull the giveaway and we're going to run out of here and turn all the lights off and shut down the computer for a full week. This broadcast PC has made so many videos and so much content that I should probably give it a Christmas present.
Who's it from?
This PC was built by Tom Sinclair, so as much slack as I give him, we wouldn't be able to do what we do without him. So Tess has put the NAB pass with a heart on it. We'll go ahead and, well, I was going to use that camera, but that's okay. We can use the other camera.
I don't like that one as much because it's not like
it's
cute
not
lighting.
Lit right or anything. You're right. Okay.
All right, I'm going to draw a winner. Remember, you must be present in the chat.
Must be here. We'll draw about 5 winners if we have to, but the very first one is James Bond. James is from Nashville, Tennessee. James has been on our show. He actually runs a church streamers Facebook group helping churches get out there.
We all need a break, don't we?
Learn how to stream.
Okay, there's some comments here.
Woo! Pull them up, Tess.
All right. Wesley says, I think there will be more app-based switchers. Ted says, following up to if what you say, content providers will also have to find ways to reach segmented markets.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. One Veckler, we use an internal CDN, but we're investigating Facebook Live and YouTube Live to increase customer engagement. I think we will depend heavily on that.
Don't forget to send the chat. So.
Sorry. Rolando says, Facebook just started this week demoting individual posts from people and pages that use engagement bait. I heard that.
Yeah, and I haven't watched Loria's post about that. but I don't know. I don't understand what that is.
Yeah.
Is it those bots that you
I don't know.
say?
I haven't watched that
seems
one.
like what that might be. I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
Everybody's saying that we all need breaks. We do all need breaks.
All right, no James?
James is here.
James is here! James, congratulations.
All
Thanks
right.
for coming on the show.
Here, take away the
We love having
thingamajig.
you. We're going to take away the thingamajig, and then we're going to roll for you. Here we go. All right. Who wants to spin? For
You
the
can
last
spin.
spin of the year. Tess did
You
a
can
lot of
spin.
spinning, James. This one's for you. I hope you win the free camera, which is right here. Here we go. An IP joystick.
He has one. So what does he do?
James, I know you have an IP joystick. If you'd like, it is a Gen 1. We're getting these are Gen 1
figure
joysticks.
something out.
Do you, if you can spin again if you want, because I know personally that James has an IP joystick. You can spin again, or you can get an IP joystick.
We're like going fine lines
now,
here.
I
don't know.
I know you have multiple cameras, so you could have one joystick on one camera. You have two operators at the same time. Maybe that'd be a good thing. I don't want you to spin again and then get, the Wirecast course or something. So, your choice. Let us know in the chat. That's our show, folks. We've done it. We've done our 2018 predictions. I hope you enjoyed the show.
We'll see if we're true fortune tellers next year.
We will see next year.
He'll take it.
He'll take it. Congratulations. Thank you so much
Thank you
for
all
joining,
for
everybody.
watching. If you're not already a member of our user group, it's a really popular place for our people, friends in the chat, family we call them, to engage in one another, help each other, and get feedback on the content you're producing. So go to facebook.com/group/PTZOptics pals to join.
Thanks, everybody. Take care.
Happy holidays!
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays!